The theme for this hacker replay is Siege Cup cheaters. I was only given one Siege Cup cheater, which is unfortunate. What I really wanted was we played Siege Cup on Friday, and allegedly, which I can't show the bracket because Siege Cup doesn't work, allegedly in our bracket there were two teams that were cheating. Allegedly, the team that came in second had a blatant waller on their team. That's what someone who played against them came into my chat and told me that they were cheating. I think it was the team that we beat in round 3 told us that they just had faced a cheater and lost to them. And then the team that we beat in round 4 and lost to in round 1, I believe it was them, played against another team that had 3 console players, and they said that they were zimming. So I had asked both of those people to submit the replay file so I could look through our own Siege Cup and see if there were actually cheaters in there. But unfortunately, they never submitted the matches. If they're watching this video, please submit the matches. I want to review those matches. But unfortunately, all we have today is another individual who played Siege Cup and said that they faced blatant cheaters. Whether they're actually cheaters or not, I do not know, but we're going to find out. Because the whole thing with Siege Cup, when it was announced, Ubisoft was like, we are going to work incredibly hard to make sure that cheaters cannot have a place in Siege Cup, and they had all of these parameters and things that were like, cheaters will not be able to get into Siege Cups because it's going to be too hard for them to enter to meet all the criteria. But then from what I have heard, there are still a lot of cheaters in Siege Cup because there's cheaters in ranked, they're going to be able to be in Siege Cup. Which also, they did, I think, lower the criteria. It used to be like a bunch of different things you had to fulfill to get into Siege Cup, and now all you have to do is just be level 50, which seems pointless. But anyways, enough blabbering on and yapping. Today we have Warped Kitten, who accused LeBron 1 in their Siege Cup match. They did lose this match 5-2, so I assume it'll either be obvious that they are cheating, or it'll probably be pretty obvious that they're not cheating and the other team just lost. Bro, this bug with Blackbeard pisses me off. There's a reload bug. They haven't fixed it yet. Really annoying. LeBron. The real question is, how will this accusation affect LeBron's legacy? Also, I'm going to just point out right away, I assume that this has to be a lower level lobby because Blackbeard used his breach gadget to break through this door instead of just vaulting through, which makes me feel like he isn't that knowledgeable of the game if he would just run right through the barricade with his breach. You just vault it. Don't waste a breach. So, let me just get this straight. He shot the camera. I don't think he saw the enemy. Maybe he did. No, he doesn't. He doesn't see them at all. But then when he's spraying, he kind of aims at him through the wall, but not perfectly on him. So it could have just been coincidence. Maybe he could have heard Tubarão sprinting and was like, oh shit, someone's here. He aimed at him. No, he's just cheating. Okay, he just lined him up through the wall. So he pushes all the way up, and then before he swings the corner, he aims at his head through the wall, pre-fires, dead. And now he's aiming at the mute, who's in Logi, because he knows he's about to push him. Pre-fires him too. So there is, in fact, cheaters in Siege Cup. As you can tell, he's trying to pre-fire the Tubarão through the wall again. So LeBron is cheating in Rainbow Six Siege. They go on to win this match, which I think would have been this was the first match of the tournament. And he is 12-4. Finishes 13-5. This is a 5-stack. They know, or at least invited LeBron 1 into their stack. So either they know he's cheating, or this could just be a group of people who are just we need to make a stack. Go to the R6 Discord, grab people, and then just grab someone random, and it happened to be a cheater. But I think it's more likely that they probably knew that they were a cheater and are just trying to get Siege Cup coins, I think is what it's called. Competitive coins, that's what it is. This person was a gold who is now an emerald with a 1.8 KD. And I would assume they won their Siege Cup. Oh no, they lost Siege Cup. How do you lose? Like how do you cheat in Siege Cup and then lose? Which by the way, the second game he got 21 kills and lost. Was it because they faced actually good players, or like maybe this is a cheater too? Doesn't look like it. It's just a plat. I don't know. But they came. What would that be? That'd be like 4th place in their Siege Cup. And from the looks of this, it doesn't look like they were facing cheaters either. They just lost to like gold players. Yeah, this guy's like has a history of just being consistently middle of the road with a slightly positive KD, so I don't think he's cheating. Yeah, they just lost to golds in Siege Cup. That's tough. I guess now we know why they have cheats, right? But that was the Siege Cup match. The next match is on Oregon. This is one of chat's favorite things. This is a cheater versus cheater match. And the best part of it all is that as far as I'm to understand, at least based off the submission, this is a cheater versus cheater in allegedly like bronze or copper rank. I did see one person with an emerald background, so I'm doubting that it's actually copper, but they said it was very low level ranks, cheater versus cheater, and they said both cheaters are terrible. I'm going to watch the attackers for the most part because I feel like they're more likely to be obvious for cheating since they'll push in a way to kill or like get to the defenders ASAP and kill them. He's just AFK. Probably activating cheats if he is cheating. I've mentioned this more than enough times now, but it bears repeating that with the new cheats, they are able to just access like an overlay similar to this and then just like turn on whatever cheats they want, which is very unfortunate for the state of Siege. So Hibana is definitely cheating. She activated all sorts of things. Let me see if the Frost was like... Because Frost is the other apparent cheater. Let me see if they lined anything up here. Not really. They look like they were just going to go for a pre-fire. Or like, not a pre-fire, like a... I guess just an educated guess and shoot over there. But that could have been walls as well. But this guy is definitely cheating. Ruby Chaff. He keeps aiming at him through the wall even though the pings aren't up to date. Okay, so this is how new he is. Because obviously people who cheat are new to the game. He was in barbed wire and he did not know what was hurting him. He thought his teammates were shooting at him. He took like 2 steps in it and was confused. He just doesn't look at the last person. Bro, he has walls. It's obvious. He's lined people up through walls. Now I feel like I have to give the benefit of the doubt and see if maybe he could be innocent and it's just, I don't know, was coincidence? I doubt it. Yeah, okay, no. He definitely is cheating. I was giving him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt just because he didn't know where Ella was, but like, he's clearly staring at them through the walls and like lining up through the walls. I don't think there's any way you can possibly claim he's not cheating. And he just tried to Hibana the floor. He's trying to breach charge the floor. Okay, so this is the level of person that cheats. They don't even know even like the most basic of mechanics in Siege. And I guess that's why they cheat, is because since they don't know that, they don't want to learn it. But they're willing to download walls, and I don't think he has aim bot or anything like that, or an aim assist, but I refuse to believe someone who doesn't know that like the floor is not breachable would have good aim, you know? I want to see how he dies. He just tried to shoot him through a wall. He thought he was in the closet. The guy's all the way back here. Hey, he's using his Hibana pellets properly. Alright, so he dies to the other accused person. Let's see if they do anything suspicious here. I do feel like they might have just got lucky with that first pre-fire when they were at the bottom of the stairs, but here... Like, he lines them up through the wall before, and, like, it's not like he's holding the actual post and moving around the post. He's holding this exact spot through the wall. But then his aim is terrible. My initial guess is that he's probably cheating. But we'll have to watch more of the Goyo to find out. He's constantly moving to the right position. And just got a quad off of conveniently knowing or being exactly where they were going to push each time. Likely cheating, but we'll watch more. This guy doesn't seem to be doing like, so the Hibana was way more obvious with like positioning and then lining someone up through the wall and then pre-firing them. They seem like this Goyo seems way less obvious if they are cheating. They do seem to like be ready for people, but they're not aiming at them through the wall and, you know, making it obvious. So he would be able to hear that Hibana repel because the window's open, but he would be able to hear it through this window, not this window, because the glass was still there. I've also been trying to pay extra close attention. I'm slightly positive that this Goyo is actually on controller. I don't think they're on mouse and keyboard. They are 7-1 against a very blatant cheater, though, which we know the blatant cheater's bad. Like, they're really bad at the game. But would they be that bad to lose to someone else who might not be cheating? I don't know. Are they using utility when the fire still has to burn for another 10 seconds? They literally just used absolutely all of their utility and the fire only just went out. Am I crazy or did it look like they knew that Mozzie was here? And there's no smoke here, keep that in mind. Smoke's gone, it's just bugged. He's like literally just staring at Mozzie, and I feel like if you were a normal player, you would be scared or like antsy someone's here. He literally just looks like he's... I don't know. Looked like he was ready. But if they knew someone was behind there, or were suspicious of it, it's not crazy for him to hold that. Are they controller? They look like a controller player, right? Like, I'm not crazy for saying that. I feel like, especially whenever they like move while staying aimed on sight, it looks like a controller. Yeah, chat's saying it's controller for sure. And the recoil is like super, super low. I'm a little less suspicious of them cheating now, given how they played that. I feel like if they were cheating, they would have just pushed that dock super early and killed him, but they just kept going back and forth. They didn't know. I'm sure some people are probably thinking like, oh, if they're a controller player, we shouldn't even think that they're walling or anything, but you'd be surprised how many times I come across a cheater, especially a low-level cheater, who's on controller because they just play games casually, but also play with cheats. They walk right past the mirror, and they have no idea. Just realized now. Like, I don't know. They are just walking through. And, like, right there, he really had no reason to know that Ella was coming down main stairs since Ella hadn't killed anyone yet. But he just, like, he goes over there to hold it, and it's always, like, he's always right where they are about to go. Or where they are coming from. Like, it's so common for him to just happen to be there. It's happened, like, he has 14 kills. I think it's happened, like, 7 or 8 times now. The issue is that we can't see, like, text or hear audio callouts. So, like, someone could be saying, like, oh, coming down main, but we don't know that. With what the rank looks like I would guess this lobby's, like, bronze, silver. With what this rank looks like, I can't imagine they are giving crazy callouts like that all the time. I don't know. Even there, like, she aimed down sight. She was ready for this. And if I'm not mistaken, the glass wasn't even broken. No, it wasn't. So they wouldn't hear that punch. But they were ready. And yet in round 4, when they did the exact same push, they didn't pre-aim that window. So one time they pre-aim it, the other time they don't. Because the big thing with cheating is finding out about consistency. Like, how consistently do they do something? So in round 4, they push up here. Do they aim at the window? Nope. They just run right to it and only shoot it when they're trying to break it. They only aim down sight when someone's actually going to be there. Maybe a call out. The guy literally, like, punched the window 1 second before they aim down sight. Like, there is no one in the world who would be able to give a call out that fast and have their teammate react to it that fast. Like, no. A call out there is not a possible answer. He's also, like, never droning. He has not droned once this entire game. Oh, this is the first time droning. They're definitely controller based off of yeah, how they're droning. The drone movement gives it away. What I'm confused about is someone in this lobby has an emerald card background. Who the fuck is an emerald in this lobby? That's what I want to know. Yeah, you could call that coincidence. It was as Echo broke down the window that Amr was looking at this window and happened to see the Echo. But, like, the entire time didn't worry about the window until someone finally wanted to go break it down. Can you repel while looking a different direction? I thought you had to look at the wall as you go up to repel. Am I dumb? I mean, that's the answer is always yes, but I don't know. Again, never droning except for that last round. Always ready for wherever someone's pushing from. Like, they just happen to aim in that direction. The person who has an emerald background, by the way, is the Yana, who is 1 in 5. That being said, it's also on the team where Grubby Chaff is blatantly cheating and running around killing everyone. So it's not like they have many opportunities for kills. Okay, Bravo just shot the back camera, which you'd be able to hear. This kind of, like, leads into what I've been saying before, is, like, this person always seems to know where everyone's about to be at any given time. So he's aiming at the stairs, he's holding right here, and then as soon as Bravo's about to peek, he conveniently, like, moves his aim right to head level and is ready. Coincidence possible, but this is now, like, the 15th time I've been like, oh, that could have been a coincidence. No more kills for the rest of the round, and then they end up losing. Also, like, what he just did there with his aim, I just want to make sure, because, like, I don't know, as a non-console player. He's, like, spinning his aim around while, like, moving, like, doing that a lot. But for the most part, and, like, what we just saw there, there's a lot of proof that he's clearly a controller player. Is it easy to do those spins and stuff like wall and controller? Or could he be a Zim user? But if he was Zim, then he can't... Well, it's very unlikely he'd be walling, because if he's Zim, he's on console, and it's incredibly hard to put walls and stuff on console. It is possible? Okay. So he could just be a controller player on PC who could be cheating. We'll mainly be able to tell by his stats. If he, like, consistently gets a shit ton of kills, then I'd probably assume he's cheating. But if he, like, very rarely pops off like this... Always does stuff like this as well. Like, she's moving around a little bit, and then he aims. It's a little bit off, but if he's on a controller as well, it's gonna be off. I'm also just having a hard time believing that someone that moves and aims like this is 16-4 against a blatant cheater, you know? Oh, that was a controller spin. If I've ever seen one before. He tries to run away. So they have only played for 2 seasons. They were bronze and then silver. KD is nothing crazy high. And if we look at their match history, they don't really seem to do exceptionally well a lot of the times. This was like their one pop-off match, and then a lot of the times they just kind of get shit on with random pop-offs here and there. Like, I could understand the possibility that they could be walling solely because of how they were always in the know of where people were going to push, and it was like 16 kills of like, man, what a coincidence that they happened to be in that area at that exact time. But at the same time, like, their stats aren't anything suspicious, their rank isn't anything suspicious. Actually, you know what I want to know? Okay, he finished 2-6, so he is Mars NQ. I don't know why he's a different name. Must be, oh yeah, a PlayStation player. Somehow this is a PlayStation Emerald who was in this lobby and just did awful. What I'm wondering is, are they queued with the cheater? And no, they didn't seem to play with that person a whole lot. He played multiple matches after and did not play with that person again. Did he play with anyone? Fireproof, Ghost Trilis, Sloth Bro? No, this guy's literally just solo queuing cheating. Crazy. Moving on to match number 3. On Chalet, we have Rudolph 1, who's accusing Vesper Tuseg. I don't know what that means. He keeps hearing the Ash place the claymores, or I think she tried to place it like 3 times. And Frost knows that Ash is over there because of the sound. The guy jumped into game room, and then Frost stopped peeking. Which, by the way, I'm now realizing this is a German lobby, given all of the names are crazy. Except for Bar, I saw was just Bar. He was looking at the balcony, which I assume would have been based off a call out, but then Grim dropped and he didn't even look down, so probably fine. Hans Zimmer? No, I'm pretty sure it's Hauptbater Zimmer. Okay, this Grim needs to hurry his ass up. Getting impatient watching this. Okay, he was ready for exactly where he was. Not just that he was on stairs, he aimed at exactly where Grim was on the stairs. I'm gonna learn German just from reading all these callouts. Okay, I know where mute is. Auto garage. Wait. This doesn't help the German accusations, chat. You know what's annoying is with these locations, normally I use the locations at the bottom to determine like who is where. Like whoever was on that balcony, I could look at the call out and be like, oh, it's Ram or whatever who's on the balcony. But now I can't tell because they're all in German. I don't know what any of them mean. I know 2 of them are Schneemobile, which I have to assume means snowmobile. He's still looking outside. He has no idea that Ram ran inside. Yeah, he seemed clueless about that. Also, Mozzie has impacts. I think this is the first time I've ever seen a Mozzie with impacts instead of a C4. Okay, now Ace has rotated over to Trench. And I feel like Mozzie somehow knows that? Or is just tired of sitting upstairs and is now rotating. But he seems to be like the only one who knows that they're over here. Mozzie does have C4. Okay, I was gonna say, I haven't played Mozzie in a while. Okay, so they had pings. So at the very least, someone was calling out that Ace is in that direction. Oh, I went to run 4. Which would make sense why Mozzie would be, like, ready for that. I still don't know about the whole, like, he rotated as Ace rotated, but maybe when Ace rotated past main door with the door being open, maybe Mozzie could hear him running outside and was like, oh, he's rotating. So we can also confirm that this is like a champ lobby, apparently, from the card backgrounds. I think I saw 3 people with champ backgrounds. And they're clearly communicating because he is like on cams. He's trying to give callouts for the Scopos to run out. And he's rotating cams for the entire team. So I've personally noticed that the replay audio and the audio you hear in game is not the same. Oh, we never trust replay audio to mean anything. Because, like, replay audio is not at all consistent and doesn't actually mean anything, so we just ignore it. I try to go based off of what I assume it would sound like, and if we're ever like really unsure and I need to test it, I will go into a custom game with my second computer and just like recreate the audio and see if I can hear it. But luckily we don't have to do that too often. I'm also having a hard time believing that someone who might be cheating would just sit on drone all around, right? That doesn't sound fun. If you're a cheater, you kind of want to get kills. Unless, I mean, there is the new wave of cheaters who just cheat because they want high ranks, and they'll do whatever they can to hide it. But I guess it doesn't necessarily mean anything. I honestly thought he just team killed. And like his team is just rotating cameras and pinging live information for them. Like they are communicating very well, which you would expect in a champ level lobby. He reacts. He didn't change his aim because he was aiming above the IQ. I feel like if he was cheating, he would have changed his aim to be crouch level, to be ready for the IQ, and he actually ends up dying. I don't know. So far, I'm like, I have a few small suspicions, but more than that, I am not suspicious of him. He's droning for his team. He's clearly making calls because he's pinging and trying to follow. He actually loses the Valkyrie for a second and then realizes where she is. Team secures the kill. Thanks for 2 months, Doltish. Bro, he's droning so much, which is like, it's good proof for him not being a cheater, but it is boring as hell to watch someone drone for a minute and a half. Swinging that wall before even like aiming down sight is crazy behavior, but I did not get punished for it. His claymores also seem bad. Like, this claymore seems fairly pointless, and if someone runs up to the breach and then jumps over this, like, incredibly unlikely they died to it. This claymore 2 is kind of ass. But this doesn't feel like a champ, this feels like a chump. Good pings, they're calling it out. They could still toggle, yeah, which is obviously why I'm not going to skip the match or anything. If I don't see anything in this round, I might just skip to overtime and just see if there's anything in like the last round. Because I seriously doubt they would like cheat. I feel like if I have a round to skip, it should be this one. I should watch round 6. Also, the fact that he barely droned. I don't think did his drone even get inside? And they just know no one's banner tricking. Like, maybe he did see it. I barely saw anything there. Wait, they actually lose these next 2 rounds. So there's probably going to be, like, no proof at all. You get C4'd. Oh, wait. Oh, this isn't an overtime match. I thought it was. It's just round 6. A lot of people who submit these just get slammed and hold that resentment. It's true, but I would prefer to, you know, review matches and actually try to judge whether they are cheating or not, rather than just be like, oh no, it's obvious they're just cheating. At the beginning, the whole point of this series, when it started, was Priest sent me a match. He's like, I swear this person has to be cheating. And I watched it and I was like, they could be cheating because they did a few suspicious things, but I would not call it cheating like just what I saw. I think there's probably more to it. Like, those could have just been lucky plays. They could have been call-outs, stuff like that. And so like that was the whole point of the series, and then it kind of became about like obvious cheaters. Like we were just getting matches where people were spin botting in the sky and killing everyone. It's like, well, this is boring to review, but it shows new cheats. So I'd rather get matches like this where I can actually try to determine whether someone's cheating or not, rather than just it be obvious. So I might have to run to the washroom after this. We'll take a quick minute or 2 break from the match. That seemed fine. Seemed like he reacted to the dock, not like he was ready for him. He made the call for Ash. He just said, no frost mat, jump in, take control. See, like, this doesn't, I don't know. He's not moving and acting like a champ. And the fact that it's apparently a champ lobby makes me suspicious of that. But, like, I also have bot movements sometimes because I panic and I'm like, what do I do? I need to go here. Oh, but that's, like, visible and I just freak out. I don't know. Vesper to Seg. They went from nothing to Emerald to Champ to now in Gold, but they just haven't played that many matches. I would... Actually, no, they were a Diamond for a long time. Oh, shit, no, they were a Diamond forever. I'm gonna just guess that it's someone who came back to the game and wants to be competitive again in the game and ranked, so they just popped off. I didn't, like, see too much that could be deemed suspicious. I just think it was a lot of good communication, which we're not going to be able to see in a replay, so... didn't really have much to go off of there. We're moving to match number 4, which is on Outback. I believe the next few matches should probably be a bit more obvious, but they could potentially be, you know, false reports. In this match, we have Exporters, who is accusing, what was it, Omni Goat. Oh, there they are. Oh my god, they're cheating. They have no gun. Confirmed. No, it's just a weird bug where for some reason when Vigil has his gadget on in match replay, it just like hides his gun. There it is. No attachment skin, no weapon skin, no uniform, no headgear. Meanwhile, the rest of his team at least has cosmetics, which makes me feel like this is going to be a new low-level account that is about to cheat blatantly to try to level up to play ranked. Although it looks like he doesn't even get a kill in this round. Did he spend the whole round just AFK? Nope, he's actually moving around. Before, when he was running around that corner at the door to look at the staircase, he aimed here, which just makes no sense. And then when he aims here, he aims right at the buck. He then runs away, so at the very least it's not immediately suspicious that and he did it again. Again, he's not aiming right at him, but like, why is he aiming there? You know? What exactly is the market for cheaters selling accounts they've leveled up? There's a fairly big market for it because of how many cheaters there are. Cheaters will always buy more accounts so that they can... It's basically... Here's how it works. You have people who will level up accounts, whether it's through cheating, boosting services, whatever. Or not boosting services, they'll run their own boosting type of thing. They'll just level up a bunch of accounts to level 50 and then sell them to cheaters. Cheaters will then either just use the accounts to cheat on, or, probably more likely, they will buy the account so that they can use it to cheat blatantly, boost people for money, and then use that money they earn from boosting people to buy more accounts once that one account gets banned. I'm just going to throw out numbers. Like, let's say they charge 20 bucks for an account, and then they boost, and they charge, like, 20 bucks an hour for 4 people, like 20 bucks each. If they boost people for 1 hour, that's 80 bucks. The account is $20. They just made $60. Now, obviously, with anti-cheat getting better and better, these accounts are not lasting that long. So it's very likely that they will just keep wasting money since they have to keep buying so many accounts. They clearly have to be making some type of money, otherwise they wouldn't just keep doing this. If they were already losing money, they would stop. So it's just like a vicious cycle of make account, level it up, sell it to someone who's going to boost, make that money from, or use that money from boosting to buy more accounts, which then gets people to make more accounts to boost up to level 50. It's just like it keeps feeding into itself. Haven't really seen too much other than him just like aiming at people through walls. Could be coincidence, but I haven't seen much else. Okay, I feel like here it'll probably be more obvious if he is cheating. He looks like he's looking at the ram through the wall, and that now that she's not going to that door, he's actually going to rotate and hold a different angle. Because he's like, well, she's not coming this way. I think he's cheating. I think he might have already been cheating, but I think he's now made it more obvious. He just hip-fired the blitz while fully blind. Okay. He's not getting any more kills this round. Also, plot twist, what if UB's the one selling the cheats? There have been so many conspiracy theories about this before, where people have been like, yeah, Ubisoft developers are actually the ones cheating because they know how to get away with it, and they're selling accounts, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, no. No dev, or I shouldn't say no dev, but most devs wouldn't want to do that because cheating is a big problem in video games, and what are you more likely to leave a game over? The game changing over time or cheaters making it where you can't play at all. Probably the cheaters. So a dev, by making cheats, selling cheats, and pushing cheats in a game that they work on, are effectively putting themselves out of business because people are going to leave that game and then you're going to stop making money. So like, it doesn't make sense. I'm sure you could probably come up with a bunch of comparisons where it also wouldn't make sense in other businesses and people still do it, but I just think it's very unlikely. The only way I could see that maybe being a thing nowadays is because game companies have like been treating their devs really poorly over the last few years, like across the board. It's just become a big issue where the game industry is just terrible to work in. So I could see disgruntled devs doing something like that. And like, I think I can talk about this now because it's been like 3 years. Like, disgruntled devs exist in every game and every platform, it doesn't matter. I even had one disgruntled Siege dev leak me a bunch of stuff early that I never asked for. I just got an email about it one day, and I was like, oh, I just got leaked a shit ton of stuff that I didn't even know about, and then it was all true. Like, disgruntled devs exist, but very unlikely that they would be the mastermind behind a whole cheating ring. Okay, so this guy just ash charged into the small room and is now sprinting through the entire map without checking anything. He starts to slow down as soon as the zombie is about to peek him. He aims at head level while crouched, even though he'd have no reason to suspect someone to push him there. So he's definitely walling, but he's trying to be subtle about it. So it's like, what is that drone? He's just like perfectly timing his shots with the peaks, but he's still missing. And he knows that someone's behind the piano. Aiming at the Ella through the wall. He wasn't even actually seeing her there yet, but he was already aiming at her. And he gets overwhelmed. I think he's walling. This is only a 6-round match, so I don't feel like I need to watch much more. I feel pretty confident saying he's cheating, right? Like, I feel like we've had enough proof, but I also am like worried that it's not obvious enough that people are gonna think that he's still innocent. Like, he just sprints through the entire map, and then now that... Okay, no, okay. Now we got our proof. There it is. I spoke too soon. It is completely obvious that he is cheating. He's lining people up through walls now. I also suspected he had a gadget cheat because last round he got pinged by a Valkyrie camera, which was right on this thing. And he was, like, looking that way. He just spun 180 and shot it immediately. Like, he knew exactly where it was. But no, he is cheating. He got banned shortly after this match because he went 7-3, and then he played 4 more matches and got banned. They're getting banned pretty quickly. I know I made the joke not that long ago where Ubisoft was like, cheaters are getting banned faster than ever, 12 hours faster. And I was like, wow, they went from... Or no, they didn't say 12 hours. Oh yeah, they said 12 hours faster. And I was like, wow, they went from 1 week to ban to now 6 days, 12 hours to ban. Like, crazy. I know I roasted them for it, but I think they genuinely are banning a lot faster now. And like, in some cases, I think they're banning some cheaters within a day of finding them. Next match is Clubhouse. In this match, we have Nico, who's accusing Sentry. My game just crashed. In this match, we have Nico, who's accusing Sentry, but the Sentry who has the underscore and a dot in the name. Alright, Sentry is spawn peeking, but he's actually looking the wrong way. I think 3 people spawned out there. Yeah, and they all went to the right, and Sentry did not look the right way. Now, it's important to keep in mind that peeking at that window, he would have heard a stampede of people, which one of them is Fuse, who is a heavy motherfucker, just like chat. They would have heard him running by like a stampeding elephant, and shooting through that wall could have just been an educated guess. Rivian batteries last though? Probably. But again, cost. I assume that wall is also reinforced, it's just bugged that it's... Yeah. There it is. I feel like if he was walling here, he wouldn't be missing this many shots. He keeps hitting the wall. And it's not like he's hitting the wall like right where they are. Seems like he's just hitting it. Oh. Also, we do have the submitter in chat. My play, so don't roast me. What's your play? We roast some chat? It's fine. How accurate is he killing this person or looking for this person on rappel? Oh, he just saw him. But he didn't get a shot off. Oh, I gotta talk during the smooth jazz because the smooth jazz is like copyrighted, so if it makes it into my video with no other noise, I sometimes get a copyright strike, which is awesome. It's just like the jukebox in the bar. And the issue is like this guy's sitting here forever and I can't vamp forever. I don't know what else to talk about. Yesterday when I met my brother-in-law's family, I told them about how I think I can kill a wild boar, and they all laughed at me. And then we also talked about... Okay, he's leaving the room now. We're good. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's walling yet, but he also is running default everything, which genuinely could be... It's a cheater thing. They don't have skins. They don't pay for skins. They're just cheating. Guys. Also, he has skins on this, so I am almost willing to believe that his Aruni loadout might have bugged out, or maybe all of his loadouts reset, like mine did. Bro just took so much damage. They got a dock. Aimed fine. Fuse was very slowly peeking him, and he just killed him. Boring hallucinating this one. Okay, I also, when we were talking with his family yesterday, like I asked the question. I was like, "What is the largest animal you guys think you could win in a fight, like to the death?" And then everyone gave different answers, and the dad said a wolf. And I was like, "You are crazy if you think you can kill a wolf." He's like, "I think if it came down to it, I could." He's like, "But I wouldn't want to." I was like, "But you have to. There's no choice in the matter." I think he heard him go in drone and then... Yeah. Fine. Might skip ahead in this match. In the file, all Nico said was that sometimes this guy looks like he knows what he's doing, sometimes he looks completely lost. I wouldn't say he's ever looked lost so far, he just kind of... He keeps holding things, like he was holding a spawn peak for 45 seconds, which you could argue makes him look lost. But he could also just be waiting for like a rotate or something. Also, Nico and Chaz saying that it was on attack that he was more suspicious. We're already almost done this round, so we're gonna watch it out, but so far I'm not seeing anything. Oh, he sees a shadow. I think that shadow just fucked over Nomad. And then they're pushing them one by one. I wish my enemies did this. This would be free content. You heard him jump over into rafters. We'd be able to hear him jump down for sure. He seems to react late, but he's ready for it. Gets the quad. Seems fine. Oh, this is also apparently a silver lobby. Just so everyone knows, because I know people are judging his skill, but like apparently this is silver, and I saw a bunch of silver and gold backgrounds, so I believe it. You know what I would love to experience, and I'll never experience this in Siege anymore because I've been playing for too long and it's just impossible for me to authentically experience that situation. But I love to imagine that these people who run like the silver and gold background, like imagine getting into a lobby and people being like, oh my god, you're gold? Like, holy shit, this guy's gonna shit on us. Meanwhile, we see like a champ background and we're like, ah, we're fucked. But like imagine seeing a gold background and being like, oh, this guy means business. Because I know that happens, but I'll never experience that. Pretty standard approach. He droned, saw where the kites were, told him to EMP it. Doesn't know that a zombie rotated over to the left and then jumped over. He's still pinging as if she's still there. I think the zombie's about to... The zombie has run out. Oh, the zombie's outside and Thermite hasn't even realized it. I don't know, chat. I don't think he's cheating. He'll kind of clueless there. But Nico did say that apparently sometimes he's clueless, sometimes he knows exactly what he's doing. So, okay, it looks like it is a very explosive round. This is about like a 20-second period where everyone dies, but the round doesn't end there, so it probably ends on time. Meaning the attackers probably run out of time. I want to see if this Jaeger rotates through bar if Hibana changes her aim. Because that would be an indicator, but nope. He just moves away from it to go try to get the hatch. Hatch is already open. Goes back to holding the bathroom. Why is he pinging that? Like, how does he know that Jaeger is over there? Unless he's just telling... So he is playing with someone who has the same name as him. Like, he clearly is in a party with him. So he could just be like, hey, can you go watch that? I think Nico might have team killed the parent cheater. I mean, that would probably scare me too if some random person just dropped the hatch right in front of me after we post, like, are just in post plant. So, can't really blame that. Yeah, I'm gonna guess, just off of what I've seen, I don't think he's cheating. I think he's just playing with low rank friends, and he might be maybe higher ranked. He could be like a plat or like low grade emerald, but he probably is just slightly higher than his friends. And like, I feel like if he was cheating, he would probably have the cheat that shows where gadgets are, and he could have been like, hey, throw an EMP at the bottom, throw an EMP here to show where the gadget is, but instead he just told his team to just go for it and hope that it was right. Comes back to the wall even though nothing's changed. He literally just did a full circle. Now he's back. Don't know about that thermite charge. I didn't even see that. I went 2 times at the wrong moment. I was a flick back. He didn't even know Kaid was in there. He took a lot of damage for it. I don't think he's cheating. I think he's better than the rest of his team, but I don't think he's cheating. Again, I feel like it's just playing with low rank friends and you're the carry because everyone else is low rank and kind of trash. And he panicked. I don't know how he knew that Maestro was in the bathroom because it looked like he was clearly trying to run to the Maestro and kill him. But he couldn't decide between Castle and Maestro. But That could have just been an educated guess. That could have also been Maestro. I don't know if I saw it correctly. I think he got off camera, so you would have heard him getting on and off cams in the bathroom. And you think he was pinging the bottom right where the claw is, but Capital was just a bit dim. I don't think the claw was there. I think it was a mute jammer. And I think it was the Capital who pinged it. Because, yeah, the kite claw's below. It's in the floor below. Yeah, he's pinging a mute jammer, so he's probably... I guess he could be saying EMP the mute jammer so you can drone. But the claw is right there. So, not to the right. Okay, so Hibana, same person, is now going to the same door that they were at before. They're holding the same angle, but I noticed when we were skipping through, before they were just sitting here consistently holding this, not moving at all. Here, they're like constantly going back and forth, like they're not sure whether to hold it or not. So how did before, when they had no drones on Jaeger, why was she so confident to hold this? And then now she's like, well, we gotta hold the stairs instead. Could be maybe they droned something and they know they're not playing in there anymore. And maybe I just missed it, but it seems a little weird that they're not behaving consistently. Rough aim. Looked like he was looking at Secret, and the Jaeger happened to be just standing in his way. He fights the dock here. I can kind of get what the submission meant, where they were just like, how does he always seem to know? Like, there are sometimes where I'm like, how does he know? How does he know that someone is there? Here, he would be able to hear the Cap can shoot the Monty. He misses a ton of shots, but scares him away. But like a lot of the other times, I'm like, how does he know that someone's about to come down main? How does he know that someone was hiding in bar? How does he know that no one's in bar this time, but there was someone last time, you know? And there's a drone right there. And then we can go back and check, because, well, I know what you mean. Like, there is a drone. Where was it? Here? But, like, that doesn't see main stairs, so he wouldn't know that Doc's coming down. No one's been on that drone, because, like, right now we see Maverick is sitting on Arsenal room drone, which has to be somewhere in here. And it's right there. Like, he's not getting information or callouts from the dead teammates. Or at least nothing useful. Like, he wouldn't know that the stairs is, like, Doc's coming down. I think that bugged out, because I swear it went off, but the mirror's still there. Or I assume the mirror's still there. And he runs into a Capcan trap and dies. And they actually lose the match. Yeah, I can kind of get the accusation of just like, how does he always know? Yeah, like, how did he know that Doc was upstairs? How did he know that Jaeger was in the billiards hallway a long time ago? Like 3 rounds ago? Always just, how did they know? But if he is cheating, I will give him credit. He does not act on a lot of the intel that he could have. He always just sits and waits. Which is why I'm leaning more toward this probably not cheating. It probably is just someone being in the right place at the right time or playing off of sound or callouts. But like it is possible that they could be cheating and just trying incredibly hard to hide it, you know? Given that it's also a very low rank lobby from the looks of it, if he is a higher rank person, he could just be taking advantage of the fact that they have slow reaction time, they're loud when they move, they don't know what they're doing, stuff like that. He's 12 and 5. Then he dies. Based off what I saw, I don't think he's cheating. Consistently plat for a long time. Now plat with a 1.6 KD. That is high. He was barely... Oh, he was in copper, but he barely played at all. He's like worked his way up to plat. His stats haven't gotten any more suspicious. Like 1.3 to 1.6 is not that crazy. Actually, that's only 3 games. 1.4 to 1.6 is even less crazy. That's over 190 games. I think he just plays with really low ranked players. On Clubhouse, he lost and he went 12 and 6. Who were his teammates? Fred and Real Avocado, who he has played with the most this season. And it seems like Fred is a platinum somehow, and Real Avocado is a silver. Real Sentry was Real Avocado. He was the Fuse, who chat was saying like, holy controller player. And he's the silver, yeah, okay. So it kind of makes sense. I don't know if chat agrees, but I didn't really see, like I saw little things, but I would not call it suspicious. In this last match, we're gonna watch another Oregon one. I think this one's very obvious. Could be wrong. We have Geeked, who is accusing Cosinus Alpha, who ends up getting a triple in the first round. There's a bug. People are different colors than they should be. He is running pulse shotgun, so running around with the pistol kind of makes sense. You can't fight long range with the shotgun, obviously. He's also scanning places where no one is, so it's not like he's using it as a way to know where people are, or pretend to know where people are. And they're planting, he has no idea. Ooh. That's like me level pistol aim. My pistol aim is terrible. That was better. He looks the wrong way. Doesn't matter, it also went that way anyways. Early guess, not cheating. This might be a very long hacker replay this week. We're already at an hour and a half. He hears them above, but that would be outside, so it doesn't really get much out of that. I think he could just, like, you could just have an educated guess that someone would be there. Because if you're downstairs and you hear someone running above you, that probably means they're rappelling on that window. Like, they're going to go to that window. Took him forever to get there, but I think he just made an educated guess on them still being there. And it happened to be as soon as Glass killed someone. And he dies. I don't know. I think, let me check real quick. I'm pretty sure this one, they said that they specifically were going to say like rounds 1 and 2 or whatever. The text file says specifically rounds 4 and 8. Those were the rounds they expected or suspected the most. But they also say that they didn't check the whole replay, so it could be all suspicious or just those 2 rounds. He better rush elbow if he's... Okay. If he has a pre-placed drone down there, you gotta rush that. Okay. Very destructive route. Does he know someone is in the right corner here? If I'm not mistaken, Legion has sat completely still this entire time. Maybe we'll go back and watch it from Legion's perspective, because he seems to somehow know that someone's here now. Okay. Watching it from Legion's perspective. Sledge walks up. Oh, he does move up. So it's very possible that Sledge could have heard that. Even though it's just like 1 or 2 steps, he could have heard that. Also, can we talk about how Sledge was clearly robbed there? It looked like he headshotted Legion perfectly, and he did not get a headshot. Am I happy that unranked is coming back? Yes. Standard was nice for the fact that it was just like quicker, and we could just like, you know, get more matches in at a faster rate, but the no bans sucks. The attitude of standard changed a lot as well. People just stopped caring at all. Unranked people at least like were still like, oh, I want to win, I want to do well. With standard, there's like, who the fuck cares? People will just like throw games and go like GG and move on. I want people to actually at least still somewhat care enough to make the game interesting. So I can understand, the suspicion probably was that he was getting shot through the wall by the sledge, but I think the sledge just hurt him, and that's why he reacted the way he did. I don't think there was any suspicion there. The prone peak. Oh, mods are on break right now. Court mandated break. He only gets 1 kill in this round after that, like, first one. Okay, so I kind of get it. Round 4, he shot at Lesion through the wall, who was the submitter. That round right there, he just, or not accidentally, but like sprayed across the wall and killed him. So he kind of was suspicious because he got wallbanged twice by the same person. I kind of get it. I don't think they were cheating. His name is just Cosinus Alpha. Plat, Emerald Plat. Seems like a normal person. 1 KD, as average as you can get. I don't think he's cheating. I think it was very lucky on the second one. Very lucky he heard Lesion on the first one, but still skill. Don't think he was cheating, which means that I don't think we had as many cheaters today as I thought we would. The last 2, I don't think were cheating, or at least not 100%. The German one, I don't think was cheating either. So 3 non-cheaters and then 3 matches that were very blatant cheaters. So not bad, not bad. Slight improvement than the usual 6 cheaters.